Another Gay Horror Pod with Stuart Ross and Jesse Tabbitt.
Here we go.
Hi, Jesse. Hi, Alonso. Thanks so much for sticking with us. This is if you missed it on Monday, we had a very in-depth conversation with Alonso about a wide-ranging topics from Christmas movies to horror movies to the state of film criticism in America.
Tomato meter.
Yes. But then now we are continuing on with our conversation of Christmas horror movies with a movie that I had never heard of until Alonso recommended it to us, which was Anna and the Apocalypse. And I'm very, very glad you're on and recommended it to us, because I've never heard of this movie, and it's really, really fun.
My work here is done.
Yes. You just sign off.
Bye.
And
Bye. Everyone go watch it.
What was your relationship to this movie? Did you see it reviewing or?
Yeah, when it first came out, it was one that I was looking forward to. When I heard about it and what it was going to be, it was like, oh, okay, it's a Christmas musical, but it's also a zombie movie. I am in. And so then I reviewed it upon its original release. And the whole thing about the new edition of the book is, the first one came out in 2010, and you get used to things like websites and stuff that you can periodically update and bring it up to snuff. But every time a new movie would come out, I'd be like, I wish I could, I need to, and so finally I was luckily given this opportunity to go back to the well and include more contemporary films, and this was certainly one of them that I was like, oh yeah, now I can finally give some real estate to Anna and the Apocalypse.
Yeah, well, and you also got to talk about Black Christmas 2019, which which is a movie I defend and not a lot of people defended, but you liked it. So
I think it's great. Well, I mean, my good friend April Wolf, who used to co-host Maximum Film with me, is one of the screenwriters. But I think it's a very sharp take, and it's a lot of fun, and it is in equal measure sort of like funny, satirical, but also still like creepily, frightening. Yeah,
for sure. Also, it looks pretty great. Like it looks appealing.
That's one of those movies that I think it would have benefited from almost just not being a Black Christmas movie.
Sure.
Just because, I mean, it's got the DNA of Black Christmas. All three of those movies are so radically different from each other that the fact that anyone expected a direct remake of the first Black Christmas when Black Xmas from 2006 is very wild.
Right.
But that's a movie and we're actually covering the 2006 Black Christmas next week.
Okay.
But no, so it's it's an interesting franchise where each movie is so different. But I really liked the 2019 one, and I think it was sort of unfairly treated.
I was thinking about the one I just said. It looks great. I was totally thinking about the 2006.
No, but I like the 2019 too.
It does. But I like the 2019, but I also weirdly have an affinity for the 2006 version.
Okay,
Michelle Trachtenberg, RIP.
Which Alonso does not share your affinity for.
I'm not. Beautiful gowns.
It is a beautiful gowns for me. But I did appreciate the stunt casting of Andrea Martin as the house mother.
Yes, she's so good.
Yeah, she's always a delight. Yes, it's funny. We're getting the third remake or the second remake, the third version of Silent Night, Deadly Night this year.
Oh, that's true. I keep forgetting that. I've never seen any of them.
Which is another movie we're covering this month is the original Silent Night, Deadly Night.
Oh, nice. Yeah, the original one's terrific. I've actually need to check out the middle version, the one that Malcolm McDowell's in. And now there's this new 2025 take. So
I haven't seen the remake, but last year I watched all of the sequels, which are so wild.
How many are there?
There's 5 of them.
Yeah.
Whoa.
And one of them directed by Monty Hellman.
Yeah, one's Brian Yuzma. Directed or produced, so it's very body horror weird. They're all just wildly different, sort of like Black Christmas, but they're all just very not as this is the Silent Night.
These are sequels and not remakes, but I know what you mean.
Yes. Yeah,
they're all over the map.
Guys, I just added dive into the Silent Night, Deadly Night cinematic universe to my to-do list.
Well, and I think it was 4 filmed almost entirely on Vermont in Los Feliz, which is we both live in Los Feliz. Okay. So I was like there's the whole that we're getting so inside.
Are Marty
baseball.
and Elaine in it, or
but like the whole scene? We might have to cut this, but the flower shop that Jess works at.
Yeah.
One of the key recurring buildings in that movie is that building.
That's wild because it's such a busy street that to shut it down to film.
I feel like in the 80s
disaster.
it might have been a different story. But.
Yeah, maybe that's true. Yeah,
and they probably didn't have permits.
Yeah.
And we're also wildly off topic.
Wildly.
Well, I guess we're starting
Christmas.
our holiday horror months, holiday horror month 2, holiday horror 2. I don't know.
Yes.
We're starting that off with Anna and the Apocalypse, and great guest. Yeah. So
yes.
So it's Scottish. I will also say this movie feels very millennial core to me, which I don't know how to explain.
I'm an Xer, so yes, I will lead you to walk me through that.
It felt like.
Go ahead.
It felt like Shaun of the Dead meets Dr. Horrible sing-along blog, but like complimentary.
There's definitely some Shaun of the Dead DNA in here for sure.
Yeah.
The Turning My Life Around number where they are walking down the street and singing about like new beginnings and completely oblivious to the literal chaos that is unfolding behind them is very Shaun of the Dead.
Yeah.
That sequence is so beautiful.
Yeah. Shaun of the Dead definitely walked so this movie could run for sure. That is a beautiful sequence.
Yes.
Wait, I also feel like this this movie walked so there were last year, the year before, there was like a time travel Christmas horror movie that I surprisingly enjoyed from Michael
Landon.
No, maybe it wasn't Michael. Shoot, maybe
was that Christmas?
Yes, I think so.
It's a Wonderful Knife.
It's a wonderful knife.
Yes.
I feel like this movie was kind of similar tonally to that movie. So that's all I have to say.
Yeah, I mean, this is a movie you just kind of have to give it up for degree of difficulty. You know, not just the mashup of hybrids, but like it's low budget horror. Sure, yes, we've been down that road. Low budget musical, harder to pull off. Low budget horror musical. Oh, and it's a Christmas movie. Like, get out of town.
And it does it so, seamlessly. Like, I was really impressed by the musical numbers. And I think this may be a bad time to say this, but I'm not a big movie musical person. I think the numbers generally distract me, but I found this like really likable, and the numbers were paced like they were spaced out in a way that was like paced well. They were funny. This was just like a fun time, I think. Yeah.
This is also, it's post Shaun of the Dead. It's also post Glee.
Yeah. Sure.
I sometimes forget Glee exists, and I've seen every episode of it, but it's like when you have a trauma and you lock it somewhere in your brain. Where Glee is that.
Glee is the water we all swim in. We have to occasionally remember that there was a time before that.
And when you remember it, you have to like whip yourself on the back. Like, God, I dialed into that world for so long.
Well, and I learned from your book that the actress who played Steph was also the choreographer on the movie.
Yes.
Which is
And I think like that cafeteria number, the Hollywood ending at the beginning, it's like it's such a great use of like, well, we have this space and we have these things that would organically be in that space, i.e. tables and benches. What do we do with that? And I feel like they get a lot of value out of all of that stuff and make it really work, in a musical way.
Yeah, they maximized what they had for sure.
Yeah. Which is really all low budget filmmaking is about. All right, we have this cabin in the woods and we have this, creek. What do we do?
Yeah.
Well, that was we were talking about the original Prom Night earlier this year, and you can tell they paid a lot of money for that school because they just running through the school, and it's and they're like, we're gonna get every different room of this school.
Yeah,
that's like on a TV show where they shell out for like an expensive song and they play the whole thing.
Yes, absolutely.
So the setup of this movie is we meet Anna and her best friend John, and I love the opening scene where they're riding to school and you can hear the news about the pandemic breaking out, and she switches the music over to the Christmas music.
Yeah, like, whatever. News, who cares?
Yeah.
And it is.
Yeah,
I mean,
we're definitely
watching this movie post-COVID.
Yeah, right.
Very like, oh, okay.
Yeah,
it's different.
I definitely did that yesterday when I was listening to like an NPR segment of like, no one's gotten their flu shots this season, and I'm like, enough. Like, let's get out of here. So this movie felt especially relevant to me. So.
And so we meet Steph, who is played by the choreographer, and she is her girlfriend broke up with her, and her parents left town for Christmas, which is not.
Yes. She's been generally abandoned for the holidays.
Yes.
Yeah. Also, the fact that she was American like threw me for a second. I was like, wait, is this a American production? Like, what's happening? But she's great.
I think the premise is that she's adopted, but then like, you know, they dragged her or the parents moved to Europe and then just sort of like dumped her there while they went off to do something else.
Yeah. Sure. I'll believe it.
Yeah. We get our first musical number with Breakaway. And I was like, I noted here, I was like, this is the first musical we've discussed on our podcast, which I guess given that your aversion to musicals makes sense.
Yeah. And I don't know that I can name another horror musical off the top. Maybe Repo.
I say Repo, the Genetic Opera. Right?
Yeah.
Phantom of the Paradise. Phantom of the Opera, I would count.
Sweeney Todd, maybe.
The Incredibly Strange Creatures That Stopped Living and Became Mixed Up Zombies.
Wait, I've never heard of that one either.
It's a Ray Dennis Steckler film from the 60s that I think was billed as the first horror musical.
Okay, we're gonna need to chat offline about that because I need to add it to the. I'm not gonna ask you to repeat yourself, but I'm gonna need to add it. Yes. I'm gonna need to add it to the letterbox queue.
We'll just need to have you respond to our email thread with just all the Christmas movie.
It took me a good chunk of my childhood to memorize The Incredibly Strange Creatures Who Stopped Living and Became Mixed Up Zombies. But now I know it. So.
That is a mouthful. I like a title that's a mouthful.
We as a society need to get back to like titles that are way too long and like hard to like maybe tell someone when you're recommending something.
Yeah, marquee punishers. There's a Romanian filmmaker named Radu Juda who's made films like Do Not Expect Too Much from the End of the World and We Do Not Care If We Go Down in History as Barbarians. So I love a long title.
Let's fucking go. What was the Wayans? Was it Wayans Brothers? There was a movie.
Don't be a menace to South Central while drinking Juice in the Hood.
Juice in the Hood, yes. Yes. I heard someone recommend that the other day and I was like, hell yeah, like let's go. That was like, I think one of my first rated R movies that I ever
Did they say the whole title?
They definitely do, I think. It's at some point in the movie. Yeah.
No, but like to the person recommending it.
Yeah. Yes, they did. Absolutely.
They better.
Yeah. Okay, wait. So where are we? We are introduced
after the first number.
Yeah.
Yes.
After introduced not Kelly Clarkson's Breakaway, but another song named.
I was thinking of it. Oh, such a good song that I listen to regularly.
We meet the vice principal, Mr. Savage, who is sort of the. I like how I feel like all zombie movies have a human antagonist as well as the zombies.
Who's the real monster here?
Zombies can't talk. So you're not going to get a musical number out of the zombies.
I also really appreciate that he's like truly evil. Like I think if they had like given him just a little bit of humanity, I would have been like, oh, like I kind of feel bad for him. No, I like that they went hard and like made him an asshole. That's like impossible to like.
Well, and he's evil before the zombies show up. He doesn't.
He's definitely Alonso, like you were saying, he's definitely like the of the monsters. He's definitely worse than a zombie in my opinion.
Yeah, he's like petty and power hungry and abuses his position and he's like is a condescending prick.
Yeah, like janitor, get over here, janitor. I'm like, fuck off.
Well, and the janitor's Anna's dad.
Yes.
So they do a lot of like establishing like these are the characters that you're going to get to know for the whole movie. And, but in a great musical where like you learn everything that Steph, John, and Anna want through Breakaway, and you get to meet Lisa, who is a part of the Christmas pageant, and
love her.
And then we meet Nick, who is Anna's sort of former love interest, one night stand.
I didn't really pick up on that at first, gotta say.
It's very Degrassi.
Yeah.
Which is a truly incredible show. And I was like, oh, if Degrassi had zombies, it would be something different. I actually think didn't
they do one?
Yeah,
where there
they
was
did
like
Night of the Living Degrassi, where like it's like a one-off where the cafeteria food turns them all into zombies or something.
Yeah, that rings a bell.
Yeah,
I've seen way too much Degrassi.
Same. I
adding that to the list as well.
Another really deep part of the deepest fold of my brain is Glee, but the second deepest fold of my brain is Degrassi.
Yeah, but y'all were probably actual teenagers when you watched it, whereas I was, I think, way too old. But I got sucked in anyway.
But I watched it too long. I kept watching it. I was the age of the original Degrassi people, and then I kept watching it, and then I watched it when it went to Netflix, and I was like, I'm now 15 years older than these kids. Yeah. This is not good.
Look, they kept it fresh. You think, okay, I love this class, and they're graduating. How can I possibly get hooked in? Oh no. Have you met the guy who kind of looks like Justin Bieber and plays basketball, but he's actually homeless?
Yes.
Wait, Alonso, do you have a Degrassi or like a Freaks and Geeks, like kind of like a high school set show that you watched growing up?
Both of those. Well, I mean, here's the thing. Again, I'm really old. I was the age I was the age of the Freaks and Geeks characters in 1981 when that show was set. So
let's fucking go.
Yeah, I don't know that I had a show like that when I was actually in high school, but certainly later. Yeah. Like the closest thing was when I was 16 Candles came out.
Oh,
and for all of the problematic nature of that film, it at least felt like, oh, these are not 35-year-olds pretending to be, sophomores. Or like they're actually, this Anthony Michael Hall looks like my best friend,
Right.
So that was
a charming movie.
Yeah, I was very hooked into the early John Hughes stuff for that reason.
Yeah. Did 16 Candles come before or after Ferris Bueller's Day Off?
Oh, before. It was 16 Candles, then Breakfast Club, then Ferris Bueller.
Okay. Do you have a favorite among those three?
I mean, I think they're all appealing and they're all charming and they all have cringy moments now.
Yeah.
But I'm glad they exist, and I can't deny they were part of my formative, years.
Sure.
Yeah, I watched Breakfast Club on repeat when I was in high school. I just that's the one that always stuck with me.
Yeah, I'm a Ferris Bueller's Day.
And now it's on Criterion.
Yeah.
Oh, it is. That's right. Oh my God, thank God. I'm loving how Criterion's kind of expanding their
repertoire.
Repertoire, like palette in a way that's like sort of kind of mainstream. Like I saw Isle of Dogs was like added to the collection. I was like,
oh, they love a Wes Anderson. Like
they love a Wes Anderson.
I think that's keeping them afloat half the time.
You think so? Yeah.
But they've done. I think they've clearly taken the note of people who are saying like, "Hey, where are the like black and female and et cetera filmmakers?" And so I think they've been really casting a net out in that direction. So you've got like Dee Reese's Pariah, for instance. Other film. Like they just put out Arturo Ripstein's Deep Crimson. Like they're really going after not just the like straight white American dude, directors.
Right. And it's also great for like collectors of physical media because it just means there's even more to collect.
Yeah. I'll tell you, the physical media, like I knew people who like their full-time job used to be creating extras for DVDs, and that's gone away so much. But the two most reliable places is Criterion and horror stuff. Yeah. Horror stuff has more DVD extras than anybody else because I do a physical media column for LeonardMaltin.com, and it's the stuff from Scream Factory, it's the stuff from Arrow, it's from like all the stuff that
Vinegar Syndrome.
Vinegar Syndrome and Radiance, like whether it's Giallo or Japanese ghost stories or slasher movies, whatever, you want to see the interviews with the people who worked on it. You want the commentary track from, the director and stuff. Like, horror, that is the last audience that really still loves a DVD extra.
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, right, I feel like behind the scenes where I want to see the blood, I want to see the effects. It's fun to also see interviews with actors in horror movies who aren't crazy about horror and to see how they approach the material. So
well, it is. I do sort of miss like I love a DVD extra. Like the big thing, like when I discovered James Bond, I bought all the DVDs and I watched all of them start to finish. And I watched every DVD had an hour-long making of feature and then a 30-minute feature about a different element of the James Bond franchise. And it was like you just could learn a lot from that, and it was entertaining, and I do miss them. I
love that stuff.
Yeah.
I wish it were more commonly featured, but Criterion and horror, keeping it alive.
Keeping the DVD extra alive.
Let's go. Yeah. Also, quick shout out to cinematic DVD menus. Do you guys remember how artful those used to be? I used to love, I'm trying to think off the top of my head, a good example, but I used to get so excited at anytime I clicked into a DVD
One of my
menu.
favorites is Girls Will Be Girls. They got the three leads, to come out and do other material during the menu.
Nice. Oh my God.
I remember Coco Peru saying about, Evie Harris, the closest thing that they had to DVD when Evie was a girl was fire.
Hell yeah. Let's go. That was maybe the craziest tangent we've ever done.
Sorry,
we're a tangent friendly podcast, and then I always have to. I'm a note taker.
So you
bring us back to the path, Stuart.
That was I investigated your Alonso your coming of age movie, so that's my fault. No, anyway,
we're here to. I mean, everyone can go see Anna and the Apocalypse, but we're here to talk to Alonso about everything, including Anna and the Apocalypse.
Yes, exactly.
So I guess I'll sort of just jump through, but
sure.
We see the Christmas pageant. And then we also see Anna working at the bowling alley. So we establish our two other big sets for most of the rest of the movie. And she and her friend John are talking about what's next for them. She's going to be going to Australia. This movie is also on its face a coming of age and coming to terms with aging movie, and I think really effective in not. At the beginning, you're sort of set up with the stakes, the emotional stakes of each of the characters, and then at the end, you get really rewarded for it. But it's not super on the head. There's not a lot of they're singing songs more generally about what they want, but there's not a "I wish to go to Australia" song.
Right, but I think it's the kind of thing where and again, this weirdly would tie in a post-pandemic kind of way where these kids all have plans for what they think their future is going to be, and obviously by the end of the movie, their future is something else very different because looky here, there's a zombie outbreak.
Yeah. Also, there's a wonderful red herring in this moment. I think it is where the star on stage, literally the big star, almost knocks the principal off of the stage.
It's Chekhov's Christmas star.
Yes. Yeah. So good.
And then the next day we wake up with our beautiful musical number while the zombies are invading the world. They're singing and dancing about how bright the future is and how excited they are, and it's
so great and really great representation for people who just disassociate and while walking from place to place. Honestly, 90% of the walks I go on, my headphones are in and I am checked out of reality. I'm Mia Thermopolis in Genovia. I'm whatever. Well, not paying attention to.
Don't get hit by a car.
Listen, it's happened.
Focus a little.
Way more than one time.
You've been hit by a car?
Sorry. Almost hit by a car.
I was how have we been doing this podcast for a year and I didn't know that you've been hit by multiple cars?
Yeah, camera pans down. I'm just missing the entire lower half of it.
You're actually now mostly car.
Your brain in a jar.
Yeah. But it also I think I was sort of in the lead up to the 2020 shutdown, I was very this isn't happening. It's going to be fine. Nothing will shut everything down. It's going to be fine. And so this musical number is very oh, that's sort of how I was the week before my TV show shut down and sent me home for
la 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 la. Nothing to see here.
Yeah. But the musical number ends with when they get attacked with a snowman zombie.
Yes.
Which I also, the gore in this movie is really good.
Yeah,
I'm sure not for you, Alonso, but
no, I mean it was fine. It was germane. They clearly had a budget for that. When I saw this, I can't remember if I saw it again after it opened or if I just went to the press screening. But I remember being in the lobby of the ArcLight, and they would have those display cases with the costumes. They had the bloody snowman outfit.
Oh my God, that's so wonderful! Oh, it's the ArcLight. I keep telling myself it's going to come back, but
there's I think the holdup is the liquor license.
Well, what I'd heard was that they're only offering these like short leases. So like somebody would have to come in and spend all this money to spruce up a building that's been closed for 5 years.
Yeah.
And then only get to lease it for like a year. And so nobody wants that deal,
Yeah, it's really crazy. The guy who owns it just like kind of won't, from what I understand, just like won't sell it. He's just holding on to it, which is
it's that whole, private equity thing of like, if we can't actually just suck money out of it and strip it for parts and like dump it, then we make more money closing it and writing it off on our taxes and actually letting it be a functioning space,
Sad.
Well, I think it's also because it's the dome itself is a historical landmark.
Yes. You can't tear
the dome down. So it's sort of, but at that point it's just like, well, I want someone to do something with it.
Yeah, what's the point of it if nobody can go in and see movies there? Yeah.
Yeah. Do you guys think the dome is like is that like considered a separate sort of entity from the larger ArcLight theater? Like
they're not physically connected. So
right.
Yeah. I suppose presumably somebody could tear down the ArcLight space without touching the dome, but it would be tricky.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's hope that never happens.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway,
where are we?
We immediately go on an ArcLight dome tangent.
Snowman.
So yeah, the snowman gets his head blown off with like a seesaw.
Oh yeah,
that's
a great effect.
I do like Anna is just very in denial, and like the zombie's head is in the background, still kind of like growling, and she's like, "That's not a zombie. Like you're crazy." He's like, "No, like the head's still moving."
I don't blame her. I would probably be just as like confused and in denial if there was a zombie apocalypse outbreak.
Oh, any kind of disaster like this, I'm dead in the first 10 minutes. Like I've resigned myself to this. Like I'm not going to be the plucky survivor.
No. And you're definitely not going to be singing musical numbers during it.
That might be how I go.
You're like, he died as he lived, constantly singing musical numbers.
A little Sondheim before it all ends,
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. We go back to the school where everyone is still left over from the pageant. And we see Lisa, and I like it's Lisa and Chris, her boyfriend's grandmother, and she's like, Chris has seen every horror movie. He's going to be really good at surviving. And he immediately lets people into the bowling alley.
Wait, do we pass the part where Lisa sings her Slutty Santa song? Because that's my favorite number.
That was in the pageant. Yeah, that's a great number. That's
my favorite number.
For people that thought that Santa Baby was too oblique.
Yeah, there's like a line where she's like, Santa's coming like in me or something. I was like, whoa. Did not see that coming.
Yeah, it's all about down the chimney and open your sack,
Yes, exactly. Open the sack. Yes, that's it. Yeah, what a treat.
Which honestly is not a visual I like, but it feels a little too body horror for me, but I'm sure I'm just taking it way too literally.
Yeah, I'll take it.
So we have Steph, Chris, John, and Anna are all at the bowling alley, and they're looking online to see that everyone is taking the opportunity to post their evacuation selfies, which it is like, because I mean this movie is fairly recently, but it is just the fact that it came out 3 years before COVID is so crazy to me still, because it kind of nails it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, definitely the idea of like, how is this affecting me, and how can I share this on social media? But then also the idea of like, well, the army's going to save us, right? And then you look out the window and there's all these zombie soldiers staggering around.
Yeah.
Like, okay, maybe they are not going to help us.
Yeah, that was a really great moment.
Well, I think this is this might be my favorite sequence: the bowling alley zombie fight scene where Anna's boss pops out at her in the bathroom, and I think Steph kills her by smashing her head on the toilet.
The toilet seat, yeah.
And then we get the 2 bowling ball zombie kill is great.
Yeah, what a great kill.
Especially when it's followed by him barfing, because that's totally what I would do. I'd be like,
Yes, that was a great chain of events. Also, bowling ball, underrated weapon.
Yeah,
especially against zombies, because you have to kill the brain. So a heavy object,
but with little finger holes.
Yeah. It's ergonomic.
Yeah. Listen, zombie outbreak. I'm headed to the bowling alley, ladies. Like, who's coming?
The one gets beheaded by the pin resetter, which I thought was pretty clever.
Yes. Yeah. And then we get one head rolling up as a bowling ball.
Yes,
of course.
Yeah. I love just sort of the economy.
Still alive?
I think it is. Yeah. And then I think they smash it with a bowling ball or something. But I like the economy of. It's always sort of the fun thing with horror movies where you get a location, you sort of have to use that location as much as possible because you're spending a lot. Sorry, I'm too gesticulating.
You're excited.
You're spending a lot of money on the location, so you have to. If you're going to use the bowling alley to establish it as their workplace, you're going to use it in one more sequence, and you got to figure out every bowling ball way to kill zombies.
It's the Blumhouse technique.
Yes.
Was Blumhouse at this point? When this movie was released, they were sort of getting. No, they were definitely established.
Yeah, Get Out had already come out.
That's true.
So.
Yeah, that's true.
Because they started with Paranormal Activity. Was that Blumhouse?
Yes.
Maybe. Yeah.
Yes. Right.
But yeah, they're the king of like location or 2 locations, and it all happens.
So this is arguably at the height of Blumhouse's sort of success. I don't want to say they're not,
and they didn't invent
anymore,
this either. I mean, I think this is you can look back at low budget horror forever. It's like
Dimension.
I mean, there's a whole Roger Corman movie that exists because they had like 1 extra day of these sets.
Amazing. What a king.
So we'll just have Jack Nicholson wander up and down the halls while Boris Karloff lurks around or something.
Well, that was we're going off subject again. Sorry. I watched a video. No, I'm taking us further. I watched a video the other day about the unmade Blade movie, and I guess they built a whole train set that they have in storage because they're planning on using it in some other Marvel movie at some point.
Huh.
What? Oh, the Marvel Blade movie.
Yeah, because they built sets, and I guess all the costumes went.
That Mahershala Ali was going to be in, right?
Yeah, all the costumes were designed by Ruth Carter, and then they sold them to Sinners because she also did Sinners, and so a lot of the costumes in Sinners were originally made for Blade.
Wow. No kidding! Wow.
Yeah, and
that's
so
crazy.
It's interesting how much money they spent to not make that movie.
Yeah, well, but I mean, technically, like people are still attached, right? Like, I mean, I saw journalists interviewing Mia Goth on the red carpet for Frankenstein, being like, "Blade, blah blah blah." Like,
I think nobody wants to tell Mia Goth that the movie's not happening. So she's like,
I know.
She's like, after the fall, I will go to make Blade, and that is not a very good Mia Goth impression.
Love you, but that was not a good Mia Goth.
Christy Lemire, my co-host on Breakfast All Day, does a really good Mia Goth.
Ooh, really?
I'm gonna have to look for it.
Dig that one up.
Yeah, it's like gentle British. It's like what's the word? It's like doll-like almost.
Yeah, she's like a haunted doll.
Know. She's a haunted doll. I love her.
A friend of mine sent me the picture where you're the thing with the feathers going around her head in Frankenstein. He goes, seriously, what is this on her head? And I said, parentheses.
Oh, she's great.
Love her.
She's fucking great.
So we find out the army is now all zombies.
Yes.
Right.
They use an inflatable pool to escape the bowling alley, which I thought was really funny. And we
get
the ball pit.
Get surrounded by old people. Old people zombies.
Think it's a sofa.
Yeah, that was one of my favorite parts of the movie.
And then we re-meet Nick, who is Anna's sort of one night stand, not boyfriend. She says not boyfriend, but. And I thought this was the gang of looting zombie killers was very the Jimmies from 28 Years Later.
Yeah, I mean, he's already been established as kind of a bully. He's always picking on John. And so, yeah, of course, this kind of lapse into anarchy is a big opportunity if you are a bully with a bunch of other bullies and you've all got baseball bats,
Yeah.
Well, I really liked...
British.
I think a lot of zombie movies, unless they last longer, don't show that there are people who would be gleeful
Right.
If the chaos erupted from a zombie apocalypse.
Yeah.
And I think that's interesting. Like within 24 hours, they are having fun.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's a great point.
But we do find out later that like he had to kill his own father.
Yes.
So at least part of this is sort of overcompensating for the horror of the situation.
Yeah.
Which he is processing by being like, woohoo, look at me. You know?
I love killing zombies.
Yeah.
This is I always forget if there was an apocalypse, there's a huge group of people that would like kind of love it. That's a great point, Stuart.
Well, it's a 10 Cloverfield Lane situation. You know,
yes.
Like, I built this bunker and I was right. You know?
Yes. Or alternately, I don't know if you guys are watching Pluribus, but like everyone outside of Rhea Seehorn's character is like, spoiler, like loving it.
Yeah.
It's like so bizarre.
Why would we
still have to watch
fix this?
Yeah.
It's so good.
It's so good, Stuart. I forgot how good Vince Gilligan is at making television.
It's hit the level of everywhere I go, someone is talking about it. So I'm like, well, I have to watch it. Because
it's only like 3 or 4 episodes in. You can get caught up pretty easily.
I'm someone who feels very left out if I can't participate in conversations. So then I will watch the thing that, except for Severance. I still have not watched any Severance, but I will someday. Someday I'll have
actually.
time.
I started Severance and kind of bailed. I haven't seen any of Succession.
I watched all of Succession because I didn't want to feel left out of the conversations about the final season of Succession. So we watched it like the 2 weeks leading up to like the 3rd episode of the final season.
Apparently, and Stuart, you won't get this, but Jason will, or Jesse will. If you type Pluribus into Google, a little line appears as, "What can we help you with, Carol?"
Oh, no way. Oh my God. I love it.
I do. Yeah, I love the little Google advertising things. I think just reminds me that I used to use Google.
And Letterboxd does it too they have been doing it more recently. Whenever you rate something, I think Begonia, there was like some sort of like I went to give it a star, like a couple of stars, and there was a blank screen that was like some sort of like, you have entered alien territory, blah, blah, blah. It's just like a fun activation, you know?
Nice.
I love that.
Yeah.
Nick.
Where are we now? Oh, Nick. Yes.
Thank
Nick,
you.
Yes.
You saw me reading my notes. The problem is,
thank God you're here.
I sometimes write too many. I always write too many notes, and I really need to go back and do that. But I was watching this movie yesterday, and then I wasn't home. So this scene, we watched Nick and his little gang of friends killing zombies, and the one that stood out to me the most was he used one of those early giant Xbox controllers, and I was just like,
hell yeah, let's fucking go.
Like those early Xbox controllers is what I would be grabbing first, because they were like the size of my face.
I probably would just play video games if there was an apocalypse. All right, well, we don't have to get into that.
Well, I was saying I was going to grab the controller to kill zombies, not to just zone out. But.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
As a blunt instrument.
Yes. Yeah. And then we go back to the school, and we see that Mr. Savage is sort of ruling with an iron fist.
Yes.
And he's yelling at Anna's dad and belittling him for being a janitor, and like they're really laying it on that he's
basically throwing the kids to the wolves. Like he locks them out and forces them to fend for themselves, which they do.
Yes.
But also what we forget though, this is after they go through the maze of the Christmas tree farm, and we lose John.
We do lose John,
which I did not see coming.
I didn't either.
Me neither.
So sad.
And the way she dramatically aggressively friend zones him right before they go into the Christmas tree, where she's like, John, we're always going to be best friends. And I was like, oh,
textbook. Done. That's a textbook way to friend zone someone. You're such a good friend. And then he's like looking at her with puppy dog eyes, and she's like, you're my best friend. It's so good.
That scene sets you up for the turn. Like, you expect there to be a turn. You expect her to then fall in love with him, and then literally the next scene, they're going through this Christmas tree lot where both of Nick's friends die, and then John finally can list off all the reindeers' names, and he's gesticulating, and a zombie comes up and just bites his finger off.
You're like, no.
I know. It's cute, cutie.
Which I like it too, because it's like, you don't often think of just it's always like body bites, but just like one finger it's over, and you sort of like hope that they think fast enough to cut his whole arm off before it hits, but I guess I don't know.
Well, that's maybe kind of hard to do in the middle of a Christmas tree lot, but I admire a movie where anybody can die at any time.
Yes.
You know, we see so many movies where it's like, you know, like Vin Diesel can contractually not lose a fight, you know, or whatever. And so the idea that everybody's on the chopping block and anything can happen at any moment, I think gives it a heft that other movies don't have, because they this person's going to make it, and you know these two people are going to get together or whatever. But if you don't know, you know,
unpredictable.
Yeah.
Well, and then John dying really, especially after they established the immediate stakes of like what you expect the relationship to develop, is really a good because you're like, I think Anna could die. I think any of these people could die at this point.
Yeah,
and I mean the movie does that. I mean from this point on, sort of almost everyone goes. Characters you don't think are going to go. They finally get back to the school.
Yes.
But Mr. Savage rings a whistle and then sings a song behind a cage while zombies attack them, and he sort of let zombies into the school.
And he's basically barricaded himself to safety, but everybody else is on their own. Right. His number is a little much for me. Like, I kind of feel like this actor was thinking, what would Richard O'Brien do?
Yes.
You know, it's a little, I mean, like, yes, you're the heavy, and you know, you're going to go big, but maybe a trifle too big for my taste, but it's not enough to turn me off to the movie. But it is a moment where I kind of feel like we could have dialed that down.
It does feel
it would have been effective. You know?
Be prepared from Lion King.
I was just going to say Disney villain. It's very much Disney villain coded.
But the location in the movie too is also, it's so late in the movie that you're sort of, the movie itself is winding down, and then you get this like jolt of very strange energy, like in the last third.
And we've clearly established already that you were bad news, so we don't need this to be informed of this now. You know?
Yeah,
we already know that he's released zombies on the entire school of students and evacuees. So we don't. If he was singing the song while letting the zombies in, that would be different. But he's already done the worst thing he's going to do in the movie, so we know he's not a good guy. But I enjoy him, and I think he sort of gives me a Doctor Who energy, where it feels like the one-off characters in Doctor Who, where you're like, oh, that was a wild swing, and I love a wild swing. So I
also haven't seen him in anything else. I was like expecting he was wearing some sort of like beard, and he was going to pull it off, and it was going to be David Tennant or something. I don't know.
They don't do a lot of beard reveals in movies.
Yeah, I don't know why.
I almost said bring that back, but I can't think of one. So singing "Bring That Back" doesn't work.
Yeah, not a lot of beard reveals. Running Man, I saw it last night. There was there's a mustache reveal, sort of. I don't know if you guys have seen The Running Man, but
I have, and I'm trying to remember what it is. But
remember when he's got his disguise on and it's like falling off on the train?
Oh, right. Yes,
your mustache. Yeah.
Yeah, it's, you know, like they saw Hitman. They're like, oh, Glenn Powell, where's costumes?
Yes. Wait, what is going on? Because Hitman, Chad Powers, which I'm like one of 4 people that actually have like very much enjoying it. And then Running Man, he's
he's pretty. He likes to wear a fake nose. I don't know.
Yes, he's cornering the market on like Mrs. Doubtfire-esque.
Oh God, don't say that too loud.
He really liked Mrs. Dalloway in The Hours, you know, or Virginia Woolf rather.
Yes. Yeah, please don't say Glenn Powell and Mrs. Doubtfire in the same sentence too loud.
He'll do it.
Someone's going to do it.
That's literally the premise. I mean, I don't know if either of you have watched Chad Powers, but in the first episode, he's like, how am I going to succeed, basically? And he sees a post. His dad is like a special effects makeup artist, and he is driving onto the lot and sees a poster for Miss Doubtfire, and he's like, oh, this could be something. So Mrs. Doubtfire
I've only seen the billboard.
Running Man?
Is he not playing? No, this is Glenn, or what's the show called?
Chad Powers.
Powers.
Yes.
So
I was like, do I not know what Running Man is?
I thought he was playing 2 characters. He's one guy, but with makeup on?
He is playing, one guy with makeup on. So he is one person, and he is at a place in his life where he is at kind of a standstill, and then he disguises himself to become another person to get where he like needs to go.
And does he disguise himself as the weird looking guy, or does the weird looking guy disguise himself
the weird
as
looking guy?
Powell?
He disguises himself as the weird looking guy, and the weird looking guy he deems Chad Powers. It's actually way better and way gayer than I thought. Yeah, I think it's only like 6 episodes. Yeah, it's. I mean, he's effectively like in drag for like half of the show. So,
but boy drag,
it's true.
Yeah. It's not what was the ABC show from like 10 years ago or 20 years ago where they were like,
what, Bosom Buddies?
No, they tried to sort of remake Bosom Buddies, but like in 2009, and it didn't go well.
God.
Yeah.
Well, in the 60s, there was a show.
I have a photographic memory of one-season shows.
Go back to YouTube and watch a 60s show called The Ugliest Girl in Town.
Okay.
It's so bad.
Sounds not problematic at all.
Oh, no, not in the slightest.
The Ugliest Girl in Town.
He now has a whole list that he's been writing down.
Truly.
Okay.
So we get kind of a weird number from this Disney villain.
Yeah.
Yes. And then she battles him with the candy cane, and the Chekhov's Christmas star sends him off the stage and into the waiting arms of the zombies.
So good. I really enjoyed that.
Lisa and Chris have been reunited, but then they immediately die.
That made me really upset.
Yeah,
because I think Lisa.
I think Lisa's sort of the least utilized character that I would have loved if she was also on the trip with them. I get that you need someone to bounce back to show what's happening at the school, but I think because she's the most fabulous of the characters in the movie, I wanted more of her.
Well, and it's nice that like you could have made that character really just sort of vapid and self-obsessed, but like she's genuinely tending to Chris's gran.
Yeah.
This old lady who's having problems dealing with all this stuff, and so like that gives her a side that
like a weight.
That she's humane and generous,
I actually found her more compelling than Anna, to be honest. I thought, Anna's like, the centerpiece. She's pretty and like she's good at singing, but like I don't know, Lisa was like fun and like had a je ne sais quoi about her that I found not to be in Anna. So
yeah. No, and
Anna is the Jamie Lee Curtis and Lisa is like the PJ Souls.
Yes.
Ooh, okay.
Totally. Not to use PJ Souls' catchphrase, but totally. But no, and I think this movie does a good job of setting up Christmas movie expectations and then really subverting it. They kill Chris's grandma. They kill Lisa and Chris. They kill after we kill Mr. Savage, Anna's dad reveals that he's been bitten.
Yeah.
And so he's also gone. And it is like I think by making, and that's sort of the thing with Christmas horror movies, like Krampus, and like you have all these genre expectations for a Christmas movie, and the setting sets you up for that, and then it feels more like a gut punch when you like a character and they die. Right.
Like, yeah, sure, this is a Christmas movie, but it's also a zombie movie, and you know how those tend to turn out, which is the sort of rapidly diminishing numbers and, the last few humans either making a stand or running for it,
Right.
So yeah, this one kind of lulls you into thinking it's going to go one way. But like, no, we're doing the thing.
Well, it's not just a Christmas movie; it's a Christmas musical.
That's true.
Really,
yeah, you're
really
expecting
set up for a happy ending, and because I at some point was like, "There's going to be a quick, like a cure that they can pour over the town, and then everyone's going to come back to life." Because I just was lulled into that Christmas feeling, and then
the second song in the movie is "There's no such thing as a Hollywood ending." So they are telling you
red herring.
This is what you're going to get.
So you're telling me I should listen to what they're telling me and not what my gut
says. Sometimes the subtext is actual text.
Yes. Yeah. Or not red herring. What did I say? Red herring? That wasn't the right. What would you consider? What's a technical term for that? Setting up to let you know what's actually
foreshadowing.
Going to happen. Foreshadowing. Thank you. Yes. Same with the Christmas star. Foreshadowing. We get it early
on. And then we're sort of left with Anna and Nick. They're surrounded by zombies. They sing "I Will Believe," which is a cute little song. But they're saved by Steph.
Yes,
Steph's Chekhov's car, because she's been trying to get the keys to this car the whole movie, and she pulls up and picks them up.
Also, earlier she was fighting with a leg, like she had like a severed leg, and I was like, "Oh, is this a Christmas story?"
Leg.
Yeah. I was like, "Is this a Christmas?" Oh, yeah, you're right, a mannequin leg. I was like, "Is this surely a reference to a Christmas story?"
Right? Funny, I hadn't thought about that. Maybe,
yeah.
It wouldn't be no good in a fight because it's fragile.
Yeah. Go off, Steph.
I love A Christmas Story.
Yeah.
I've gone on such a journey with that because it's a movie that my parents forced me to watch every year, and I got very bitter about it. And then now I'm like, I want to watch A Christmas Story.
Most of adulthood is realizing your parents were right about most things.
Yes.
I think. What I find fascinating about A Christmas Story is that you go back and you look at the original like TV spots for that movie. It was meant to be like a satirical send up of the idea of Christmas. It was meant to be like, oh, you think of this like hazy Norman Rockwell memories, but actually like people were mean and parents acted weird and, kids were bullies. And like, it was meant to sort of subvert the idea of a cozy, nostalgic Christmas. But that movie, which is now 40 plus years old, has become cozy and nostalgic on its own face, and by to a new audience that has no connection to what the 40s were like, and so it almost is a reversal of what the original intent of the movie they were trying to make.
Well, do you think that infuriates the filmmakers?
Like, no. Look, as long as the checks show up every year, I don't think they care.
And I think for all movies, especially groundbreaking movies, you set the new bar. And then movies proceed past it.
Yeah,
so it's like
exactly.
This was a very subversive Christmas movie, and then Home Alone came out, and then Anna and the Apocalypse came out.
Right.
And so it's sort of like, and that sort of happens with horror movies, where it's like, if you think about the story of people fainting during The Exorcist, and I watched The Exorcist on VHS as a kid and was like, oh, what is this? And it only has since become scary watching it as I grow older.
They just put out new Blu-rays of Abbott and Costello meet, The Invisible Man, Frankenstein, Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. And like, these are all universal monster characters that a few years earlier they were taking completely seriously.
Yeah.
And then after enough time has passed and just a few years, like, I don't know, we'll put them in an Abbott and Costello movie. It'll be hilarious.
It becomes self-parody, and then it's sort of, but
circle of life.
Christmas. But Christmas. Thank you so much for introducing us to Anna. And did we miss anything?
I don't think so. I mean, when they're driving away with Steph, there is the Hollywood ending song sort of like playing. They're not singing it, but it's a reprise. And we're reminded that
we get a quick flash of a rabid Santa.
Yes.
Yes. Thank God. Yeah.
I love Santa as a villain in movies. I know it's and that's also a thing where it's like when Silent Night, Deadly Night especially came out, it was so controversial.
Yeah. Even though Christmas Evil had already come out.
Yeah, but I think that was so pre-discourse. Whereas by time, because Silent Night, Deadly Night's like 82, 83, and I think
Siskel and Ebert made a big deal about it on their show, and that was like TriStar dropped it, but then somebody else picked it up and made a lot of money with it, and but I mean, then you get this thing like Rare Exports where like Santa is like actual Santa is the monster,
Yeah, I feel like also in the last couple of years there's been a surge of like Santa non-traditional Santa movies. Like what's the David my God, Stranger Things. He plays Santa and like
Violent Night. Yeah.
Violent Night.
Bad Santa.
Mel Gibson was like Santa or something.
Yep,
and
Fat
like a
Man.
weird Fat Man. I'm like, what is going? Like conceptually, I appreciate it, but then I'm like, sure. Red One, right?
Red One. Yeah. I mean, he's an iconic, literary figure.
He's a figure. He is a literary.
And now he's an
figure.
action hero.
And now he's an action hero.
Why not?
Why not?
What's worse, seeing Santa as an action hero or Santa as a cold-blooded killer? I can't determine.
That's a good question.
Depends on who's doing it.
Depends on who's doing it.
Or seeing Santa as a zombie in a jump scare.
I like this one little hey, just a reminder. This is a Christmas movie.
Yes.
Yes.
Because you do expect there to be a zombie. You get the zombie Santa at the beginning, and you almost wish that maybe they had Mr. Savage dress up like a
final boss.
Yeah, dress up like Santa because he's lost his mind, and then he turns into a zombie, and then they have to kill the zombie Santa, Mr. Savage, and but I guess it's hard to establish like one villainous zombie because they're sort of a horde and they're all sort of brain dead. But
going back to like just Mr. Savage's like vibe and MO, I kept thinking like if you were trapped during a zombie apocalypse, like in a building with your boss in your like office, like how you would have to, I wonder my experience with bosses, I'm like, would I be able to separate like the fact that we're no longer like reality has totally shifted, like they're no longer my boss, like I don't have to adhere to like what they say and do, like I wonder, because the janitor, Anna's dad, is like very submissive, and I kind of thought like he should just fucking be like, no, stop like being shitty to me, like we're not, like the rules have changed,
right?
Like you're not my boss anymore.
Well, and we're getting that soon with the new Sam Raimi movie.
I'm so excited.
Rachel McAdams and Dylan O'Brien, where they crash onto a desert island, and she's the sort of meek assistant, and he breaks his leg, and she has to run the island.
I'm really excited. I'm really excited.
It's kind of the plot of Swept Away, you know?
Yes.
Yeah. I'm cautiously optimistic, but I mean, Sam Raimi, gotta love him.
And yeah. Thank you so much for joining us this week, Alonso.
Yeah. It's been a real treat. Thank you.
Yeah, it's been really. I now have a watch list that's way longer than I came into it with. So.
Me too.
Well, that's the intent of the book. So I'm happy I can bring that energy. But thank you. I love talking about this movie. I feel like it doesn't get enough love. So
I really can't believe I'd never heard of it, and it's. I'm going to start trying to push people onto it. So
yeah, hopefully as many people as possible listen to this episode and spread the word. And the apocalypse.
Again, where can everyone find you and your work?
Sure. It's the book is Have Yourself a Movie Little Christmas, the revised and updated edition. It's ostensibly available wherever you buy books, but you definitely will find it online. And if you find it at a local retailer, great, pick one up. But in any event,
all the better.
Do get it. I think you'll like it. You can find me. I write reviews at The Film Verdict, and you can follow me on Instagram at alonso.duralde, and I'm A. Duralde on Blue Sky, and I'm a very easy person to Google. So, you can come find my stuff. And, of course, check out my podcast, Linoleum Knife with Dave White, Breakfast All Day with Christy Lemire, Maximum Film with Kevin Avery and Drea Clark, and Deck the Hallmark. So, I'm out there in the world doing the thing.
Yeah. And you're a reviewer I've always trusted, so
thank you.
It's been really exciting having you on. So
what a treat.
I look forward to reading your reviews now, knowing you a little bit.
Thanks.
Thanks so much. Have a great day, guys, and bye.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
This podcast has been presented and produced by Stuart Ross and Jesse Tebbett. Edited by Stuart Ross. All recording equipment provided by Photo Booth Productions. To support our podcast, join us at patreon.com/anothergayhorrorpod.